From completely ruining Maya's progress in the existing storyline to an unforgivable act that no one will take lightly, there can be many detrimental repercussions of her blackmail storyline being repeated. First off, it'll eradicate all major changes to Maya's character. She is very different in Station 19 from the person she was when she tried to blackmail Ross and Sullivan in the Season 5 conclusion. Maya had been desperate to get her title back, which would have meant Beckett would have to leave his job. In Season 6 of Station 19, Maya's mental health majorly deteriorated, and this was partly because Beckett treated her badly due to her actions threatening his job. In the Season 6 fall finale of the show, Maya was at her lowest point, but she made a lot of progress with Diane on her healing journey. She was having trouble with her mental health because she was so focused on winning. Her father had taught her that she had to always win to be worthy of his love, and Maya's demotion made her feel like a loser. Hence, she did everything she could to not lose, including blackmailing Ross and Sullivan.
If the union saw those, it'd be pretty good for me.
And if it's good for me, it'll be good for you too, Bishop.
The character has taken massive steps toward understanding that her job does not define her, and that there are more important things in life than being captain. Using Dixon's photos to blackmail Ross and Sullivan would instantly cancel all the progress that she's made over the course of the season. This shouldn't even be an idea that's being considered, as it would stand out as lazy writing, plus it would ruin a perfectly good character in the audience's eyes. Her journey of wellness is one that has taken a while, and the show spent a good amount of time showing her heal. So if they were to just go and undo it instantly, that would inevitably anger a lot of fans. Moving on, all Station 19 fans know about the Crisis 1 program, and they should also know that Maya's antics could easily wrap it up. Actually, the main reason Dixon wants Maya to blackmail Ross and Sullivan is that it would help him get rid of the station's Crisis 1 program.
Brought you coffee.
I'm about to go to bed.
I drink coffee all day long. I never have trouble sleeping.
Yeah, one of your many red flags.
Ross has been in favor of Crisis 1, which Dixon believes is a threat to the Seattle Police Department, where he now works after getting fired from the Seattle Fire Department. So, while Maya could use the pictures to try to get her captain job back, Dixon could, and probably would also want her to use them to get Ross to shut down Crisis 1. This would be a big loss, because it's Dean's heritage and a key part of the famous show. Also, Crisis 1 is a very important department, given that it deals with calls related to mental health issues, and its shutdown can put a much bigger strain on other departments, as calls that were originally intended for them would get passed on to others. Keeping this in mind, there is some hope that Maya won't go ahead and execute her plan out of respect for this program and its importance. The next major aspect of the show that will be affected is Maya and Karina's relationship, which is already very fragile and might not be able to survive this fatal blow. Season 6, Episode 13 of the show was important because Maya and Karina's marriage was getting better. Their relationship has had many ups and downs, but Maya's first attempt to blackmail Ross and Sullivan at the beginning of Season 6 could have been the beginning of the end of their relationship. If Maya tried to blackmail them again, Karina wouldn't take her back.
So we slept in the same room last night. It was nice, but we shouldn't let it be something more than that.
Of course. Of course, we were just sleeping in the same room.
Thank you for understanding.
And they would be done for good this time. The act might help Maya get ahead in her work, but it would break up her weak marriage. This would be bad for both of them, as everyone is aware of how they are extremely important to each other's mental well-being. But keeping this in mind, this also gives the audience hope that Maya won't actually go ahead with the plan, as even if she doesn't care about any other consequences, she will try her best to salvage her relationship, because that's one thing that's the most important to her. Staying on the topic of characters being affected, Travis is another main character who can get in trouble due to Maya's actions, as his mayoral campaign would see its end. Travis's storyline in Station 19 Season 6 was all about his campaign for mayor.
I'm gonna get it right this time, man.
I know you are. And listen, even though I'm not gonna be out there with you on your first day, you're gonna be great.
What do you mean you're not going to be out there?
Well, because the town hall thing, the debate thing.
Oh, yeah, it's not in my calendar, so.
What? No, I put the request in weeks ago.
when he chose to run to take votes away from Dixon. In recent episodes, Travis's campaign has gained steam, giving him a real chance at becoming mayor. However, Dixon is doing everything he can to hurt Travis's campaign, including giving Maya those pictures. Travis doesn't know that Sullivan and Ross are dating, but a lot of his campaign has been about how he is a Seattle fireman. So if the Seattle Fire Department and Travis's station are shown to be possibly corrupt, his chances of securing the election would be over. The impact of this certain move on so many different characters is absolutely crazy, and should give the fans a good idea about why it's being made such a big deal. Another aspect this act will have a drastic impact on is the Station 19 department itself, which would be at threat of being shut down. Throughout the series, SFD Station 19 has been threatened more than once with the idea of it shutting down. At the start of Season 5 of Station 19, Andy agreed to be transferred to SFD Station 23 to keep the station from closing. Andy saved them again when Ross chose to close 23 after talking to him. A scandal like Sullivan and Ross's relationship has a good chance of killing the station, as their relationship would be deemed unfit for the department, given that workplace romances are usually not popularly supported. Dixon would definitely be at the front of the line calling for it to close, since that seems to be his final goal in his mayoral campaign, and seems to be the main reason he gave Maya the pictures so she could carry out the blackmail task. This way, if the show keeps on introducing different ways in which the station is at threat of being closed down, then that would make the series very repetitive, resulting in it losing its essence and boring the audience. But still, this is a threat that tops all the others that I've talked about previously. Other than that, if you think about it, if Maya carries out the blackmail, then that would say a lot about her character, and I'm not saying that in a good way. This would be completely unforgivable. Maya could blackmail Ross and Sullivan in order to get her captaincy back, but the fallout and unintended effects would make this action unforgivable in Station 19. At the beginning of Season 6 of the show, it was revealed that Maya had tried to blackmail Ross and Sullivan. This hurt many of the bonds she had made at the station, especially with Vic and Travis, who talked about how they didn't like what she said. Andy was helpful, but he and Maya have had problems in the past, so if Maya was the reason SFD Station 19 closed, Andy would be the least likely person to forgive her. Ultimately, if Maya tried to blackmail Ross and Sullivan, it would ruin a lot of important plots and relationships. She's made a lot of bad choices over the years, but this one could not be undone. It wouldn't just be a big mistake on Maya's part, but the showrunners as well, as this would take the series on a completely different path. Even more than that, this could result in the audience hating on Maya, because of which they'll either have to remove her character from the show or make her much less frequent. Sadly, if that's not done, then the fans who aren't fond of the character may stop watching, resulting in a decreasing viewership. All we can do at this point is hope that the show doesn't go in that direction again. That's all for 6 reasons why Station 19 should not repeat Maya's blackmail storyline. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.